litmus test for the Cardinals, no matter if it's the 2s or 3s on the field.
All right, second down for the Cardinals. Minshew looking, escaping, pointing, pumps, and now just tucks it, and he's out of bounds near the 7-yard line. Mark it at the 8. Danny Sarek.
Safety rabbit Taylor Demison remains in the locker room after that big hit in the first quarter.
Including the tight end, a single receiver, Fehoko to the right. We've seen him 2 games in a row with the fade into the end zone. Whistle.
False start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, that is Matt Pryor.
They mentally locked in when certain guys aren't playing and certain guys are.
3rd down. Mark it at nearly the 14-yard line of Dallas. Minshew scanning, throwing, middle of field, into the end zone, and yet another flag flies. Romaldo Fairweather into the end zone. Minshew checks it down. Evan Hall spins out of 1 tackle, make it 2. And finally corralled near the 20-yard line. And Chad Ryland will come out for a field goal attempt after the gain of 3.
As frustrating as it is as a fan or an analyst watching, this is part of the game. Some people are actually showing why maybe the lights may be too bright for them or the opportunity isn't right for them. And so, yes, it is frustrating to watch if you're a fan of the Cardinals, but the players who are doing the right things, they're the ones who are going to stay on the team.
38-yard field goal attempt, and that is through. And Cardinals on night. An injury to Blake Gillikin. Kick is away, and he's taken by Phil Moffitt. At the near sideline, and he'll duck out of bounds shy of the 25. Here comes in Sam. All right, everybody takes their own fair share for that one.
I'll be like, nah, man, you're fan, man. You did the fight. It wasn't me.
I mean, things break out on the sideline after 20 years on the sideline, Sam. I just hide in the kicker's net. That's my philosophy. All right, stoppage and play, but here's John Hussey.
Timeout. Dallas. This is their first charge timeout. It will be a 30-second timeout.
All right, now we're going to talk fight for 53 in a different way. We're not talking about joint practice and a half dozen to 10 fights breaking out like between the Cowboys and the Saints. We're talking about the fight for 53 cornerbacks, and it's brought to us by Desert Financial Credit Union. Keytrell, Clark, Starling Thomas in the mix. Sean, the corner, came off pup this past week. He is not suited up in playing in this game. As again, this is Jaden Blue angling off the right side to the 25, a short game.
I played with Sean Murphy-Bunting together in Tampa Bay, and probably was his rookie year, my last year. Unbelievably talented player coming off of injury from last season, and so he's getting his feet under him. Keytrell Clark's another name that people need to know out of Louisville. We were talking about the top 2 names, Melton and Burke. Coach LaFleur said, hey man, Keytrell Clark's doing a great job as well.
Yeah, he started a half dozen games as a rookie a couple years ago. Again on the ground. This time wrapped up and thrown down by the Cardinals. And Cameron Robertson on the tackle after a gain of 3.
Last year, Garrett Williams played both inside and outside cornerback, although head coach Mike LaFleur told us this week, with Williams coming off the PUP list, they're going to take it day by day, but the plan is to mostly keep him inside, so that'll be an interesting possible rotation to keep an eye on between Williams and SMB.
Remember, he tore his Achilles last December. It is remarkable the progress he has made. 3rd and 3. Milton at time, throws, floats it to the near sideline, and racing down the sideline for the Dallas Cowboys is Camden Brown. The ball is loose and out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 1-yard line.
But also with a pass rush.
Here's Milton, 1st and goal from the 1. Quarterback keeper, QB draw, straight up the middle, and virtually untouched into the end zone. Dallas celebrating their 3rd touchdown in the first half.
Offside. Defense number 13. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
And again, the 69-yard catch and run by Camden Brown from Joe Milton after Camden Brown had a pair of touchdown grabs against Seattle in Dallas's preseason opener, including A remarkable one-handed touchdown catch in the back of the end of this Dallas offense so far tonight, looking sharp. Brandon Aubrey on for the extra point. And he splits the uprights. 4 plays, 78 yards in just under 2 minutes. And Dallas with the lead. And then interception with Simi Fehoko. Slipped and fell to the turf. Here's Zay Weaver, far sideline. With the balloon to run, he is upended and somersaulted near the 30-yard line.
Back to that big play, and how did the big play happen? Number one, keep your eyes on safety Isaiah Oliver. We're going to watch him first, and then I'm going to show you how you don't keep your eyes on your work. So Isaiah Oliver, right there, he's supposed to catch that receiver. What happens is the play breaks down, and then watch right there. Look at his eye.
All the way to the 1-yard line. Cowboys running in on the next snap. Smith-Marset in motion. The give, Corey Kiner. He sheds a tackler, then is met and driven back just past the 30-yard line. Gain of 4. This Cardinals run game seems to be multifaceted. If it isn't the wide zone, then it's between the tackles with duo, and you're pulling interior offensive linemen.
True, but the way to stop that is you have to set hard edges, meaning the outside linebackers have to be able to shut down the front side of that wide zone, and the backside has to chase. Number 2, for the inside zone, you have to get penetration.
Pocket holds Minshew plenty of time. Find more time. Throwing. He's got a man at the 40-yard line. It's Sean Bowman out across the 45. Cardinals first down. And recent signing in that tight end room, Sean Bowman out of Rutgers. 6'4", 249.
Yeah, spent time in the United Football League last season, Orlando Storm. Really good player, big, physical. But the problem with this defense that Arizona's facing is they're not letting anything over top. They have to shell over top.
With a gain of 14, Minshew under center this time. Kiner off tackle left, met, and plows through the tackler into Dallas territory near the 47-yard line. Gain of 7.
Yeah, the way to break down that defense is usually with this kind of Vic Fangio, Christian Parker type of defense, there's always going to be one weakness, right? So there's going to be one person on the field that has a harder job, and you have to find who has that hard down. Gardner Minshew has to.
Minshew has the Cardinals on the move. First down at 10. Kiner, room to run, picking his way across the 30. Nice vision. Corey Kiner has proven to be a tough tackle in the preseason.
He is out of Cincinnati. Actually got a chance to call a couple of his games in college. He's a downhill runner, which is actually perfect for this wide zone scheme, meaning all you need is one cut and go. And that's exactly who Corey Kiner is. He does have the breakaway speed, not the biggest guy, but he's very decisive.
5'9", 209, started his college career at LSU, then flourished at Cincy. Play fake, Minshew on the move. Throwing, got Smith-Marset shy of the sticks. He is met immediately and driven back.
Ball.
And block.
And block.
He is adamant about receivers blocking in the run game. 3rd and 3. Can Kiner find some room around? It does. It delivers a blow. Bowling ball picking up the first down, lowering the pads and lowering the boom.
He's physical, low to the ground, 5'9", but these runs are really a mentality. See the patience right there? Just that small cut, then he lowers his shoulder, and he's the one who's giving the contact. You don't want, as a runner, to accept contact. You want to make forcible contact. That's outstanding technique by Kiner. Sets the tone.
Gain of 6. He gets a blow. Evan Hall in there. Rolling right, pumping, scanning. Minshew now throws Smith-Marset in and out of his grasp. Incomplete. Dave, both these teams are really bullish on the depth in the receiver room. The caliber of receiver in today's NFL. I mean, Sam, give me your opinion, but it just seems to be elevating year after year.
Well, it starts in college. Really, probably starts in high school. You're seeing a lot of these trainers at receiver get really good in high school and then translate to college. It's different. It's easier to make a transition at receiver from high school to college or college to pros to 350 pounds. You have to be quick, fast, and that's what the receivers are.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Hall on the draw. Straight ahead. Across the 20.
Caleb Downs had an interview earlier. He's a safety for the Cowboys, not playing. And he was going against George Pickens, going against CeeDee Lamb. He also went against Jeremiah Smith in college. And,
I saw this.
Yep, and he said that Jeremiah Smith is just as good as those guys.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, He's saying Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State's All-American, is about to put the NFL on notice.
Oh, I feel like for the receiver, it's easier to make that transition.
3rd down and 7. And the Cowboys 18. Minshew, shotgun snap, throws across the middle, caught. Reggie Virgil, nice grab. Dallas saying no. Cardinals say yes, and they'll mark it.
It could be frustrating for a receiver going against this bend but don't break. Maybe you don't get it right now, but just little by little, you start to break down the will of a defense.
Gain of a dozen, 1st and goal at the 6. Trey Wallace in motion. Kiner the back. Minshew now has to tuck it, run it, and dives forward near the line of scrimmage. Wanted to go to his right, but thought otherwise.
Cowboys adjusted.
Even if they're not watching goal, they might have seen him in the Hall of Fame game on national TV. Kiner up the middle, trying to cram it vertical right near the goal line, and they're going to mark him just shy. We'll get a closer look here, Sam.
Yeah, I'd run
Gain
this.
of 5. Power formation. Minshew under center, and he's going to dive forward, quarterback sneak, but not before 2 flags fly in the backfield.
Full start. Offense number 37. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's the running back, Corey Kiner. Well, after 2 really clean games of football.
Press conference. He was frustrated when we talked to him this week because he felt like they had a sloppy practice. Well, it seems as if for the day that practice has translated to the game.
So it'll be 3rd and goal. Just beyond the 5. Called 6. Minshew to the air. Looking. Time. Now trying to buy more time. Pressure, and he's dropped. Dallas gets home for the sack. A loss of 8. LT Overton in there. And Minshew taken down.
And Tyrus Sweet, number 90. Notice him set the edge. Watch that beautiful bull rush. Perfect. But he doesn't try to run.
He's tried around 31-yard field goal attempt.
Yes.
And that is good. So Cardinals get a field goal.
Finish the half strong in these last 4 minutes.
Dialing the kick. And this time it'll be Jaden Bloom, just shy of his goal line. Up the numbers and across the 25 where he is met and thrown down. It's like Bryson Green on the tackle. Indeed, he got down. And Dallas's offense will come out.
Joint practice or scrimmage, but it's hard to get these reps in games.
Dallas from its own 28, naked boot, Milton throwing, hit by Camden Brown, drilled. Wydett Williams Jr. comes in and lays some. 2nd down and 3. He's given a goal, stays on his feet, picks up the 1st down. Joe Jolari was in there. Dominic Williams, gain of 6 and a fresh set of downs for Dallas.
Paul, unpopular opinion, but I have no issues with Wydett Williams going back to college. People are making it seem like, oh, these grown are removed. Like he's played 6 years in the NFL and he's going back. No, man, he just finished college. Maybe he's going to get an opportunity to play 1 more year.
We should, you can have a talk and the handoff to Blue, and he is thrown down. Getting off a block and coming down to make the tackle for the Cardinals is the undrafted rookie Dominic Williams. The Browns have a player who was held out of this preseason.
He's made a couple plays so far, some nice plays, but it's hard. You have to commend. I broke my leg playing for the Cardinals. Like, I've had a season-ending injury. It takes a lot of courage to try to come back from that. So people talk about the phrase time on task. That's what B.J. Ojolari is getting, that time on task.
2 minutes to go in the 1st half. 2nd down and 5 for Joe Milton. Give Jake hurdles a man that is across the 35 and taking tacklers with him inside the 40. And that was some high-level running for 15 yards by the Cowboys running back.
I've always been amazed by running backs who can hurdle and then not stop, right? Like, most times you hurdle, you get tackled. He hurdled and went about 10 more yards. Great job by Jaden Blue out of Texas.
Played 5 games last year. He's taking a page out of Trey McBride's book in this stadium. Quick throw, little wide receiver screen to the far flat. Coming up to make a nice play in space is Kalen King, taking out Tyler Johnson.
Another one of those defensive backs trying to make a name for themselves.
Case of 3, 2nd down and 13. just under a minute to go in the first half. We saw Nick Ross blitz on the first defensive snap of the game for the Cardinals. Pressure from the right side. Throwing. Milton going for it all into the end zone. Wide right. 2nd-Qtr in coverage against Camden Brown.
That's that same B gap you're seeing Milton step in.
Boys camp so far this year out of Georgia Southern. So 3rd down and 13. The Cardinals 42. Milton underneath. Caught. Will be 3 yards shy of the first down. But the pitch and catch. Anthony Smith with his first catch of the game. Gain of 10.
2nd charge timeout, Arizona. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Dak Prescott talking to the media this week and talking about George Pickens being a chain or two, the highest paid kicker in the league, 4 years, $28 million, 50-yard field goal attempt. He's got more than enough leg, and it is good. That's the same Brandon Aubrey who owns an NFL record half dozen 60-yard field goals.